Welcome to the FlexSCADAfusion.com YouTube channel. This introduction of the FlexSCADA Q5 and Q5 Pro will help you better understand why the FlexSCADA is the most advanced and efficient SCADA system on the market. And we here at Mission Critical Energy are proud to be a part of the FlexSCADA Fusion movement. This is where the promises of the Internet of Things, or IoT, meets the fourth industrial revolution head-on in the real world of remote and off-grid environments. Let me explain. With this in mind, we are also known for the term halfway around the world was yesterday. As today, 4IR technology, by way of FlexSCADA, is both cost-effective and robust enough to be used in places that people never even dream of working in. The FlexSCADA has the ability to enable real-time monitoring of those faraway places from the convenience of one's headquarters, office, laptop, or smartphone, often thousands of miles away from the actual remote sites. This device is able to observe, orient, decide, act, share, and repeat knowledge of its status in real time at an off-grid or shaky grid site. This is no longer a wish, it is a reality. And the very low cost is a dream come true for many off-grid professionals and site owners. As responsible off-grid integration strategy developers, we are often asked, why is detailed knowledge of what is happening at our off-grid sites so important? The answer is simple. Your customer's loss of service is not a good monitoring system. This is true whether your customers are people paying for broadband wireless connections for their homes and businesses, people relying on accurate weather reports, public safety providers, and even your company colleagues, upstream or downstream in the oil and gas, pipeline, or mining industries. The bottom line is, someone is depending on the off-grid site that you manage. To understand the remarkable qualities of the FlexSCADA technology, it is good to know the original meaning of the term, SCADA. It stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition, a legacy term from the automation era that started in the mid-1980s, when computer technology was trusted enough to be part of the manufacturing chain. 40 years later, SCADA technologies encompass the powering and data read from a myriad of sensors, as well as the responsibility of storing and transmitting that data. Relays and switches can be controlled, and their conditions monitored and recorded. If of a superior design, SCADA systems can also add security benefits by way of door alarms, proximity detectors, and power status. If this sounds a bit complex, historically it was, and systems that could provide such abilities were typically large, expensive, power-hungry, hard to program and operate, and costly to maintain. For off-grid and shaky grid sites, the added challenge was SCADA being needed for fast and efficient communications to and from the site, with the SCADA system itself being a communications gateway solution. In addition, the SCADA system had to be as tough and rugged as the site locations themselves. The equipment had to operate in harsh conditions, such as the desert heat, the Arctic cold, and at many locations a mix of both extremes. Also, power efficiency had to be crucial for the use of SCADA at these remote and hostile sites. Not only did this ideal monitoring and control system need to protect the site, but it also had to maintain its own viability as it powered other assets. This is quite the list of challenges. Yet in 2018, FlexSCADA released a system that satisfied everything. The FlexSCADA Q5 and Q5 Pro series was designed and manufactured to meet and exceed these goals, as well as shape the future of SCADA at remote sites for years to come. Some of the most important Q5 features include static RAM for resilient and fast operations, integrations of ARM Cortex-7, famous for its stability, yet a processor designed for devices undertaking complex computing tasks, digital and physical fusing to power critical loads at the site while protecting critical assets, Arctic to desert temperature operational ratings, and very low power usage powered by 12-volt to 48-volt battery banks. The FlexSCADA series is cyber secure with a software kernel exclusive to FlexSCADA and backed up with the end user's own configurable security protocols. And important to many of our users, FlexSCADA is made in Canada with a 20-year design life, critical components are all sourced with U.S. and European suppliers that have a long track record of reliability in medical, aerospace, and automotive applications. The FlexSCADA also includes a web-based oscilloscope. The oscilloscope is also useful for battery awareness, as a very choppy signal can indicate batteries with a high impedance condition or batteries that do not properly dampen the spikes from loads or charging. This can also be graphed as ripple alongside the voltage and offers a good indication of overall health while not requiring any user interaction. The Q5 and Q5 Pro have an advanced onboard JavaScript engine, combined with the ability to custom configure your FlexSCADA using simple logic scripts written in standard JavaScript. The FlexSCADA Q5 series features 8 universal analog inputs with high-end precision and sampling rates. The universal inputs on the Q5 can measure almost anything, including battery bank voltages, to know the health and status of your system, current sensors, intrusion and security sensors including door alarms, analog sensors including 4 to 20 milliamp sensors, Modbus sensors, wind speed sensors including pulse or analog, AC line voltage and frequency, and much more. A host of one-wire sensors can be powered and monitored from the separate one-wire input port. This feature is a favorite of customers needing to utilize a number of temperature sensors at one time. The FlexSCADA also features 8 universal relay load switches with current monitoring, a great way to power radios, transmitters, cameras, and other assets you need to control and monitor. The load switches are located at the top of each FlexSCADA. Highlights of this component center include digital fusing with programmable current limit, trip delay, and automatic retry on each switch, high accuracy 2 milliamp precision current monitoring on all 8 channels, and the load switch power bank, which is constructed with a solid-state, isolated design to support unlimited switching cycles. Each switch is rated up to 10 amps at 60 volts. While designed to monitor and control your off-grid or shaky grid site, our customers never stop finding new and very useful ways for the FlexSCADA to help improve their operational efficiencies. One of the most popular tasks for a FlexSCADA at an off-grid site is to act as a watchdog system to reset or restart equipment such as a generator or even a communications backhaul. For instance, backhaul reset via SCADA can be done manually, albeit remotely from your headquarters. Or as most of our customers prefer, one can program the FlexSCADA to automatically reset the backhaul when there is a power failure or the equipment itself trips out for any number of reasons. This automatic backhaul reset can be based on your choice, including triggers such as the amp volt draw of the equipment, a communications ping from your internal transmission system, a grid-related power failure. All of these triggers combined, and much more. FlexSCADA's relevance in the industry cannot be overstated, and now other companies are adapting their specialized equipment to work directly with the FlexSCADA system. Sensor manufacturers, fuel cell companies, and even solar charged controller system manufacturers like Morningstar are all partnering with FlexSCADA. Combining interoperability with the FlexSCADA platform allows the end user to expand what they can do at an off-grid site. Instead of needing several communication gateways at a site, like one for each fuel cell and another for the solar charger, the FlexSCADA can monitor and control the fuel cell as well as the Morningstar system in real time. The FlexSCADA can even monitor and control a number of Morningstar controllers simultaneously, enabling a single communications gateway, all the while maintaining all of its other duties such as data collection and storage, data transmission, as well as powering and monitoring other essential equipment and sensors. The possibilities for monitoring and controlling remote equipment in the field are never-ending, and the FlexSCADA is up to the challenge. Another complex task that the FlexSCADA can achieve with ease is the ability to start and stop a micro-wind generator. FlexSCADA can even take over autonomous control of a micro-wind turbine by way of Mission Critical Energy's autonomous remote switch. This control can be achieved by way of amp monitoring, or better yet, with the addition of an anemometer or wind speed sensor. One of the many FlexSCADA Ready System partners is the Anemomet Trisonica Mini Weather Station. This was designed to provide wind speed, plus three-dimensional wind directions with optional temperature and humidity. The FlexSCADA Trisonica combination together can automatically shut down the wind turbine at 70 miles per hour, well ahead of potentially dangerous winds over 80 miles per hour, while also greatly improving the turbine's survival in winds above 100 miles per hour. This FlexSCADA plus autonomous switch plus wind sensor system strategy allows the turbine to automatically restart once winds have decreased to an acceptable preset level by continuously monitoring wind speeds. All the while, the operator is sent special messages on the status of the wind turbine, as well as the health of the batteries and other systems at the site by the FlexSCADA. Like other advanced IoT devices, the FlexSCADA has many ways of communication. However, it can also reach out to the end user personally by texting or emailing condition changes, site reports, alarms, and requested site updates. It can even escalate communications to your colleagues if you wish, based on your preferences and standard operating procedures you choose. As we said from the start, your customer's loss of service is not a good monitoring system. So it is important to us that the FlexSCADA has the ability to reach out to you directly when needed. FlexSCADA's bidirectional capabilities is remarkably advanced technology. Whether it be powering sensors, gathering data, sending data, powering loads, monitoring and protecting loads through digital fusing that can be reset remotely, analyzing loads through a built-in oscilloscope, all while controlling charging platforms. Yet there is another important topic worth mentioning, and that is FlexSCADA's ability to help with three destructive power interruption issues. Number 1, shaky grid. Number 2, unplanned power outages. And the now notorious number 3, PSPS, or Public Safety Power Shutoff. All three of these issues can damage your equipment by way of a brownout, blackout, or power spike. Undervoltage and power spikes affiliated with all these conditions can seriously damage communications equipment. These issues can also challenge a modest battery backup system, endangering endurance as well as survival. And through FlexSCADA's monitoring and control abilities, one has a better chance to maintain operations and take timely action towards a realistic survival strategy when an event occurs. For many end users, FlexSCADA becomes a true asset for PSPS-prone sites, as its monitoring and SCADA abilities allow the means to observe an undersized battery backup system and take action through real-time situation escalation notices. For companies with hundreds of off-grid sites, including wells, pipelines, and communication towers, the FlexSCADA solution can be intermapped with layered geography, weather, fire danger, PSPS, and other geospatial data, allowing for interactive planning as well as preemptive action or damage control in real time. And as mentioned earlier, the FlexSCADA can even analyze the AC power quality before you reconnect to the grid. We've only touched on some of the remarkable qualities and capabilities of the FlexSCADA Q5 and Q5 Pro. If asked, our many customers would add other important benefits of the FlexSCADA, such as fuel savings, battery life insurance and extension, fewer service calls by way of helicopter to some locations, improved equipment life, etc. And it's true that these are some of the many ways this equipment can easily pay for itself at your off-grid and shaky grid locations. For more information on FlexSCADA, off-grid monitoring and control systems, available sensors, sensor compatibility, as well as integration manuals and other educational tools, visit us online at flexscadafusion.com or call our office today at 716-276-8465. As always, thank you for your time today.